has nothing to do with it. That's coming up, what, next month? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gonna be sitting around the table talking about, I'm gonna thank God for this and that, and eating all the hog maws and the chitlins and everything that's giving you diabetes. Right. You know what I'm saying? That God say don't eat. All our people finna go break the bank for some dang on Thanksgiving. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When it's the murder, literally the celebration of the murder of your people. Right.
Both allowed to speak to each other, yeah?
Of course, we're talking, right? Yeah. I'm not, listen, we're here so our people can get an understanding here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So what we're getting is the understanding of what the Bible is saying. Okay. So what we're reading, right? It said the description of Jesus. It said his hair was like wool. So
it's a second. Revelation 1:14. This is when John the Revelator was having a dream on what Jesus looked like when the glory came. Okay. This is Revelation 1. So this is the beginning of it. This is when John had just said this story. He's like, hey guys, there were 7 lampstands and there were all these things in his glory and all of that. And he came down to get all of us. Okay. So this wasn't even Jesus in the flesh. This was Jesus when he came as the Lamb. Okay. So there's a lot of...
So what you're saying is that when John saw him in this vision, his image changed from when he originally saw him.
So John actually never physically saw Jesus. Okay. This is John the Revelator, not John the Baptist. Okay. Or not John the Apostle. This is a different John.
Read Revelation 1:1. Let's see what you're saying, right? All right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1.
You don't have to yell it.
The revelation of...
But Harold, this is so everybody can hear, because everybody don't know the Bible, and everyone don't understand. So what we're going to come is to a conclusion is what the Bible is saying. Yeah. No matter how I feel, how you feel, we want to understand what the Bible is actually saying. Yeah, all right, read that.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So, Harold, it says to show unto his servants. When you show someone, right, what sense? You got 5 senses, right? What sense are you using when you're showing something? What sense you got? This grade school, Harold, this grade school. I know you're an intelligent man. What sense do you use when you're showing something? Is it smell? I don't know. Let me know, Harold. I know you're an intelligent man.
It's sight.
Is it smell, taste?
It's sight, yeah.
It's sight, right? It's sight. Okay, read.
To show unto his servants things.
To show unto his servants. To show unto his. Listen.
If you know, if we're going off the Bible, did Job physically see Jesus?
You gotta listen.
Or God? Job. I'm asking.
Read.
Job.
To show unto his servants.
To show unto his servants. Who are his servants?
I have a question.
Let's deal with the topic at hand before you jump to another question.
Same topic.
Who is his servant?
You said it's a conversation.
It is a conversation.
It's not a question and answer. It's a conversation.
Who is his servant, Harold?
Question and answer or conversation?
Read that. Leviticus. Read Leviticus 25:55. Because what we're coming to do is to teach our people the truth. No matter your feelings, no matter who you befriend or don't want to befriend, we want to know the understanding of the truth. Because if I ask you your nationality, you said you were black, right? Black, is that a nationality that God created?
He created all of them.
Is that a nationality in the Bible that God named?
He created all of them. He didn't
Did he name a people black?
Bring it up.
No. Okay then, Harold, that's what we're coming into the conclusion. Okay. That we're not black or Mexican.
So
we are the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That's what we're coming to the conclusion. Read.
If we're not black.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 25 and verse 55. For unto me, the children of Israel are servants.
Who is God's servants?
For unto me, the children of Israel are servants.
So God's servants, we are God's servants.
No. Right.
We are God's created. We are his chosen special people. Why do you think we are the best workers, singers? We the best at everything. We the salt of the earth. So-called Mexicans are some of the hardest working people on the planet. Is that a truth? Is that a false? It is what it is, bro. Read that again.
For unto me, the children of Israel are servants.
So God says you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of Israel, we are his servants. Read.
They are
relationship. So we are his servants. Go back to Revelation 1:14 and 15.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Jesus Christ is described as having white, woolly hair. See, as my brothers don't really want to listen, they want to debate. But we got to try to come to a conclusion of what the Bible is actually saying. No one went up to the pastor and said, prove this in the Bible.
Right.
No one said that.
Right.
But everybody agreed with whatever doctrine was tied to it, whatever came with this, we agreed to it. We never questioned it. We never stood up and say, prove that out of the Bible. But we literally reading the Bible and proving it.
Bring it out.
But you don't have no questions for the pastor. Read that again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Jesus Christ is described as having white, woolly hair. Wool is a texture like a sheep.
What does his face
Wool
look like?
is a texture like a lamb.
What does his face look like?
We're going to get the description.
It doesn't
read.
And as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So it described his hair white and woolly. White and woolly. The so-called Negro today has woolly hair.
Right.
Right? You agree with that, Harold, right?
But there's a difference.
Why does it describe his eyes as red like fire?
This
Why?
is not
Genesis
modern.
49. Genesis 49. Do you believe in prophecies? You know what a prophecy is?
I wish I could get a chance to speak.
Do you believe in prophecies?
Yes.
What is a prophecy?
It's when God gives you something, you're able to foretell, or you're able to. I wish I could speak.
I mean, you're talking now, but what is a prophecy?
Am I only allowed to speak when I'm answering your question?
Well, we're here to teach. We're here to teach, and we're having conversations so we can get an understanding. The understanding of the Bible. Why did this describe Christ's eyes red like fire?
Listen, can we have a conversation?
If you don't know, then that means you have to humble yourself, Harold. But you're not humbling yourself. You seeing your brothers as if we're just random nobodies. That's why the brother before me said, you're being real comical. You're not being serious. Was this a comical event?
Bring it out.
Is this something to laugh about?
Listen.
Is Trayvon Martin something to laugh about? Is George Floyd something to laugh about?
Bring it out.
Is thousands of children missing at the border something to laugh about? Is our history a joke? I don't know. This is why the brother before me was so passionate, because he's like, why are you being comical about your own history?
Can you give me a second?
Do you understand that, Eric? Is your history about your brothers being taken from the border, ICE rounding them out and raiding whole apartment complexes a joke? Is it a joke? So why do your brother, it's your friend, right? Why, is he always like this? Like everything's a joke? I don't know, because some people that's their demeanor. Everything's a joke. No matter what happened, grandma died, granddaddy got shot, no matter what happened, you know what I'm saying? Legs amputated, everything's comical. I don't know, that may be just his spirit, right? I don't know. Read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
So this is a prophecy about Christ to come. It said his eyes shall be red with wine. Christ's first miracle was what, Eric? I know you know.
I don't.
You don't know? You don't follow the Bible?
Not too much.
Not too much? Christ's first miracle was turning water to wine.
That's right.
You understand that? He drank wine in moderation. Right. So when you drink wine, Eric, the whites of your eyes turn red. Right. How you doing, sis? What's your name? Sis Nate. What we going over is the description of Jesus Christ. You know what Jesus Christ looks like? You believe in Jesus Christ? Okay, what does the world say you look like? Right. The world say he looks like this, right? But can we find this description in the Bible? No, right?
The color of bronze.
The color of what?
Bronze.
Oh, wow. So you know a little bit, sis. So let me ask you this. Is that closer to your skin color, or is that closer to this?
Wait, bronze
It's closer to yours, right? Right. Go back to Revelation 1.
Bronze is kind of close to
Revelation
Mexico.
chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
So it says Jesus Christ had white woolly hair, like wool, like your hair, a sheep, right? It said it's white as wool, right? Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, meaning the whites of his eyes was red. And we're going to read a prophecy way before Christ even walked on the scene, why his eyes was going to be red. Go back to that Genesis 49 and 12.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
So Jesus Christ's eyes were red because he drank wine in moderation.
Right.
The Pharisees tried to call him a wine bibber, meaning they tried to call him a drunk. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a drunk, but he drank wine. He drank it in moderation. Read that, Matthew, what's that, 11, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Christ drank wine in moderation. He wasn't a wino. They didn't have a food line like we got. They didn't have Gatorade and Powerade and all. You had water, you had wine. So we're gonna get a description of Jesus.
The book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking.
So it says the Son of Man. In the book of Revelation, John described Christ as the Son of Man. This is talking about Christ. It says the Son of Man came eating and drinking. Read.
And they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a wine bibber.
They try to accuse Christ as a drunk, but he wasn't a drunk. It's okay to drink wine, but it's not okay to get drunk. You know what I'm saying? That's what our people do. Wine is to make you merry. Wine is to ease the, you know what I'm saying, the oppression just a little bit. But it don't mean, yeah, don't overindulge. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. So go back to the description of Christ.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet.
So and his feet, right? Back then they wore sandals, so you can see the top of their feet. The top of your foot the same color as the rest of your body, right? Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So like you said, right? That bronze, brass, that brownish look. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you took that brown and then you burned it, it would get darker, right, sis? That's the description of Jesus Christ.
Right.
But that's not one random scripture. It's plenty of scriptures describing Christ's people. Give me Lamentations 4 and 8. There's so many scriptures in the Bible that proves that Jesus Christ and his people were melanated people. Because we Jesus people.
Right.
We are literally the people of the Bible. Let me ask you, sis, what would you consider your nationality?
That's what I was still I would say black, but women.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when we fill out like a job, when we fill like a job application, they put black or African American, right? That's what the labels they put on us since they've conquered us, right? But our true name, so-called blacks, we from the tribe of Judah.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's who we are. We God's chosen people. That's why we the best at everything. Well, we the salt of the earth.
That's why they want to be like us.
Yeah, that's why they want to be like us. That's what I'm saying. Read that.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 8. Their visage is blacker than a coal.
So this is describing Jesus' people. It says they visage mean appearance is blacker than coal. This is in the Bible. It's describing God's chosen people as being very dark. 5 and 10.
Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 10. Our skin was black like an oven.
Our skin was so black, like it was burnt in the oven. The same way it described Christ's feet. You know what I'm saying? So it's undeniable proof that we are literally in the Bible.
Right.
This is literally our records. Yeah, we got to come back to who we are. You know what I'm saying? We got to come back to our true customs, our culture. Give me Genesis 2 and 7. The first man, Adam, right? What he looked like? Does the Bible describe him or give some type of clue, right? What the next man? Okay, we gonna show you. Read that.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
God formed man from the dust of the ground. What color is the dirt? Brown to black. The deeper you dig, the darker it gets. You know what I'm saying? So Adam was a melanated man. Even their science tell us that all life originated in Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A black man can create any color. Any color.
They're going to stay ignorant because it's all in the media, TV, and all that. Even cartoon shows and stuff, they're showing like white. So
yeah, Matthew 24 and 4. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ himself even spoke about that. He said, hey, don't let nobody trick you because there's going to be a lot of trickery coming out in the last days. Read that.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
So Christ said, pay attention that don't nobody trick you, because there's going to be a lot of people coming out saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And this is everywhere. You go all throughout, even the continent of Africa, where it's melanated people, it's statues, 60-foot tall statues with this all up, you know what I'm saying?
Pictures hanging on people's
Yeah,
walls.
pictures hanging on walls. They put it on the back of buses, billboards, cars. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what in the world? It's like this. We're supposed to be in the black continent, but they worshiping the man that took them captive. You know what I'm saying? That's the deception. That's the deception that came with slavery. Read that again.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And shall deceive many. You know what I'm saying? Shall deceive. A lot of people, like you said, sis, are going to be falling after deception. You know what I'm saying? So they gave us a false image. With a false image came another doctrine. Some of the doctrines that comes with this is Sunday worship. You can do whatever you want to do. God loves you no matter what. But that's not true. That's right. Right, you're supposed to keep the Sabbath holy. Give me that Exodus 20:8. The Sabbath is the 7th day of the week.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. That's the beginning of the Sabbath. Read that.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So God says, remember the Sabbath day, which is the 7th day of the week, not the first day, which is Sunday. Sunday is the first day of the week. God says, remember. Why did he have to say remember? Since why we have to say that?
So we don't forget.
Don't forget, right? What were some things that would cause us to forget? Slavery, you know what I'm saying? 200 years of chattel slavery, getting our back whipped, being taught the doctrines of our oppressor. This is how we forgot.
We might not be in chains no more.
Yeah, mentally we still in chains. Mentally we still follow the doctrines of our captors. You know what I'm saying? Everything that taught us, we keep Christmas, we keep Easter, we keep Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was established when chains was on our neck. Yeah. You said none of that. Right, none of that has nothing to do with us. Thanksgiving has nothing to do with it. That's coming up, what, next month? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to be sitting around the table talking about, I'm going to thank God for this and that, and eating all the hog maws and the chitlins and everything that's giving you diabetes. Right. You know what I'm saying? That God say don't eat. All our people finna go break the bank for some dang on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? When it's the murder, literally the celebration of the murder of your people. Right.
I have a good night.
Oh yeah, sis. Hey, on the back of that flyer is our contact information. We got tons of information. We want our people to know. What's your name? Let's say, Brother Philip.
Yeah.
What we going over is who we are. Let me ask you this. What's your nationality?
Huh?
What nation of people are you from? What's your nation? You so-called Chinese man?
Yes.
You Chinese? Are you a so-called Asian man?
No.
Are you a black man?
I'm a black man.
Okay, so-called black man, right? So what we're going over is our nationality. We all have it. When you read the Bible, how you doing, sir? What's your name? Brian. Nice to meet you. So I got Brian and I got Philip, right? What we're going over is our nationality, who we are as a people. God talks to the 12 tribes. Give me Psalms 147, 19 and 20. God talks to a specific group of people, and he calls them his chosen people. And he gave those chosen people laws, statutes, commandments. He said if they disobey, he was going to put punishments on them. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
So Jacob is a man that lived on the continent of Africa. His name was changed from Jacob to Israel.
That's right.
He had 12 sons. His 12 sons became a nation known as the Israelites, the people of Israel. Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So he showed his statutes and his judgments, meaning he told us what we're supposed to do and the punishments for not doing what we're supposed to do. Y'all understand that?
Yeah.
Read.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He hasn't done so with any other nation.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.